We'll take Washington, the static capital of this dynamic country, then turn it out of the business of causing problems, and we'll get it back on the bright side of free enterprise and freedom for all Americans.
All right, Jeb. I'll play you a little game. Skyrim for Xbox 360, Skyrim for PS3, Skyrim for PC, Skyrim Legendary Edition for 360, Skyrim Legendary Edition for PS3, Skyrim Legendary Edition for PC, Skyrim Anthology, Skyrim Special Edition, which is just, you know, a graphical update. So it's just the same game, but it runs like shit. Skyrim for PS4, Skyrim for Xbox One, Skyrim for Switch, Skyrim for VR, Skyrim, 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 Skyrim. Skyrim Edition. I'm done playing your game, Jeb. I'm done! Skyrim is a pinnacle masterpiece of JRPGs, serving as the foundational roots for timeless classics such as Dragon Quest, Dragon Age, and X-Men: Wolverine's Revenge. In Skyrim, you play as Prisoner, a doofy dumb bun down on his luck after he got caught alongside a bunch of assholes. And then this asshole bitch tries to kill you. Oh yeah, but you could still join them anyways. That is, if you're against freedom of religion. Otherwise, join the Nords. They're only racist, and that ain't so bad in comparison. In Skyrim, there are 10 races to choose from, and 4 races anybody actually chooses. Nobody straight plays the elves. The goal of Rimsky is to defeat Alduin, Voldemort's evil son, at least according to this fanfic. And to do so, you'll need the help of Super Mario Bros. In order to best him. However, nobody plays the story either. That's just boring. It's much more entertaining to just go around and blast chickens all day, which for some reason is a war crime. But you resist arrest and all that shit, because fuck the police. Fucking dirty ass cops trying to take away my sweet rolls. I stole that shit fair and square. It's part of the quest. You can't steal it back. The best part of Skyman is probably the wife who gives you the free gold. Only some waifus and husbandos give it to you though. Some are just cheap ass hoes who will do anything to please you. Like Lyra. Bitch, I don't need you telling me that shit 100 times. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get out. Oh shit. You saw nothing. The actual best part of Skyrim is probably the mods. There's mods for grass, there's mods for water, there's mods that turn all the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine trains. Look at these, this shit is amazing, and I love it. There's also all these mods, all these quests. Bethesda spent 4 years working on making this game, but teams of people, just regular modders, have by now spent years of their own time not working ground up, but taking a great engine and putting a lot of glorious shit on top of it. Skyrim modders, I love you. And I hope you continue to do a great job in Skyrim 6, Return of the Jedi, Lizard Maid Edition. The worst part of Skyrim is trying to roleplay as a thief. On expert mode, you have the shittiest armor, and these baddie boys deal half of your health in one punch. There's no way to win this. It's just impossible, and not very fun. And maximum level up everything. Consoles for wimps. PC means console command. And that means God powers, baby. Double wield Wabbajack. Double wield Ezra's shit. Double wield two-handed weapons. And flying through the air on a dragon, breathing fire down people's necks. The best expansion was Dragonborn, because it actually inserted some major lore into the game. See, Dawnguard was just shit-crusted filler, with the only good thing about it being buffs to being a vampire over shitty New Moon Werewolf Team Jacob, even though Werewolf still is more fun. Oh, And Hearthstone was simply in there for shits and giggles. But Dragonborn was just a crazy spectacle of eye-opening expeditions. We returned to Solstheim from the 3rd Elder Scrolls DLC, Blood Moon. There, we meet a tribe of fucking homo cucks. Oh, and these shits again. Damn, Papa Smurf, where the fuck you been? Making shitty Smurfs 2 movie? Come on, you old big bitch. We needed you. Hey, here's a cow. Also, we meet the very first ever Dragonborn, the guy who actually expands on the dragon's past, and is actually greatly hinted at in the lore within a lot of the Dragon Priest scrolls. That's some great foreshadowing there, Bethesda. Oh, but he's fucking evil. Oh, of course he is. Well, evil, I guess, in the sense that he just wants to arise. And really, what's wrong with that? So some goonbeards want to kill ya. So this asshole is enslaving people's minds to make nutshacks out of him. So what? It's better than revealing crucial knowledge of a hidden scroll to Hepatitis Moira, becoming his eternal slave, the same exact position the evil guy was in to make him the asshole he was now, and give the sentient tentacle porn monster any more infinite godlike power that he already does. Oh, you did that, did you? Well, fuck.
Is he gone? I'll have to make this quick. Hi. I'm Dr. Jekyll, and I'm the one who edited this video. I did everything from gathering the footage to even animating this horse shit. And for better or worse, I make even more videos just like this over on my channel. Whether it's about video games, Warhammer, or frankly, whatever I want. So if you wouldn't mind hopping over there and validating all the hard work I put into stuff like this, that would frankly mean a lot.
Back at it with the sob stories, huh? Now get back in the bucket! Hey!